Alright, this is my living room with all of the cabinets emptied out onto my floor. Here's my entertainment center where all of my electronics. Here's my entertainment center that I had to pull everything out of to install this surveillance system. Here's a hole that I had to drill in my entertainment system for running wires. There is another hole for a camera that I had actually installed in here in my living room, so if somebody broke in. And you know, that's my entertainment center now has a permanent hole because QC and Sam's Club refused to honor a warranty on a surveillance system that I purchased from them. I mean, the thing was no good when they sent it to me, but they still refused to replace the DVR. They made me actually uninstall everything I installed and bring it back over there. Alright, here we'll go ahead and show you the whole story, because I think this whole page from top to bottom is correspondence between me and QC and Sam's Club. I ordered this surveillance system from QC. When a day I got it at the very bottom, and this is over a month, solid month, I ordered this thing. It said, make sure everything worked before you started drilling holes in your house. And I thought that was a wise thing to do. So I did. I plugged everything in, made sure everything worked, and unplugged it and started drilling holes in my house. When I got the first camera in and plugged it in, had it all the wires run, in fact, I think I had 2 or 3 of them up. Once I got about 2 or 3 cameras up, I went ahead and plugged them in just to make sure that everything was okay. And it was. So I started drilling other holes, and when I came in, I noticed that my screen said that, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but it had some kind of an error message. So I wrote an email, said I got this error. They said, don't worry about it, it's probably just a glitch. Unplug the system and plug it back in, and I did, and it came back on, and I went out and started working some more, drilling some more holes. When I came in, had the same error message. So I called them back, and they said, no problem, we'll send you another DVR. Your DVR is obviously broken. This is a common problem. So I went ahead and installed the whole system, and they sent me some stuff to fill out on the internet. I filled it out, and about the time I got the last camera in, I got a message from them saying, we cannot process this until you send us your receipt. So, you know, the only receipts I got were electronic, the thing they sent me saying order confirmation and such. So I took and copied all of those and forwarded them to QC, and they said, yes, now just send us a receipt and we'll honor your warranty. And this was drop shipped from QC, so they're the people that would have sent me the warranty, the receipt. So I said, this is everything that you sent me. They said, oh, that's good, now send us a receipt and we'll give you. So I wrote back and said, you didn't send me a receipt. If I have to have a receipt for this unit, you need to send me a receipt so I can send it back to you. And they said, oh, good, send us a receipt. And I don't know, there's probably 30 or 40 correspondences here between me and Sam's Club and QC, and they're all just as nonsensical, till I finally realized that my 30 days was running up. For 30 days, you can send a unit back, and they have to send you a box with shipping and all that on it. Otherwise, I have to pay shipping, and I had just spent all my money on this system, so I had no money left, and plus, I'm not going to pay to send back something they sent me that was broke. So the very, very last thing they sent was a request for me to rate my purchase. Not my purchase, to rate the service that I had, you know, with their tech support. And I just wrote on there, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you worthless sons of bitches. That's the message I sent them. So they sent me a message back saying, in the future, if you use such language, we will not be able to help you. Which I thought was just insanely nonsensical. That somebody actually somewhere was reading my messages, they just were ignoring me. And I think, like I said, they were just trying to run that 30 days up so they wouldn't have to pay to ship their broken unit back. But anyways, I loaded everything in the car, and I had to make 3 separate trips to the Sam's Club, which is about 10 miles from here, and stand in line to talk to these people, to beg them to give me a receipt, which they said they didn't have the receipts. They don't do that kind of stuff. And I got my money back on the third visit. I just brought the whole, I had to go under the house, disassemble everything, go up in the attic, disassemble it all, pull all the cameras off of my walls. I've got holes all through my house now, and bring it back. And that's the last thing from Sam's Club, is they've processed my refund. Took over 30 days that I had my money locked up with them, couldn't get anything else. And since then, I've bought altogether 4 trail cameras. But by now, my neighbor's caught on to the fact that I know he's coming over here and killing my animals. He killed my cat, poisoned my dog, and killed a bunch of my chickens, and now he stopped. So all of this was for nothing. You know, I've got the trail cameras set up finally, but once I got the trail cameras up, he knew I was on to him. It was over. So this is what QC and Sam's have caused me. I just hope nobody else. You know, this is what I've learned. Is if you buy something from Sam's that you don't have to assemble, like a coffee pot or something, and it breaks, all you gotta do is bring it back. But when you have to install something and it takes 40 hours of labor to install it, you gotta uninstall it and bring it back. They will not honor any warranties, especially a warranty that's from anything at Sams.com. These people absolutely, ruthlessly, and arrogantly refused to help. Their entire system. I mean, I know these people that are doing this only get like $10 an hour or something to tell me that they're not going to honor the warranty, and that's their job. You know, they lose their job if they honor any warranties, I'm sure. But this is still one of the most disgusting things I've ever had to put up with anything that any large item that I've ever purchased. You know, normally if you purchase something that's broke, the people are supposed to just fix it. But that's not the way QC works. It's not the way Sam's works. Okay, this is the hole that I had to break through a concrete wall and through my entertainment center in order to run the wires for the DVR and the cameras, because they would not fit through the box that was here. The box is what held the wiring for my DirecTV system, which now I have to run all of that back in there, put all of that back together best I can. But after I ran everything, I actually was forced by Sam's and QC to uninstall the entire system. I had at least a week just in installing the thing, and then it took me about 2 days, 3 days to uninstall it. Big waste of my life. Okay, there is the wiring for my DirecTV system and the hole it goes through, which I actually had to run a wire through there for the QC surveillance system, and then run wires, a lot of wires through that. And that is a hole in a concrete wall in my house that used to hold a box for the DirecTV. The DirecTV system wires could not fit through that box with the QC wires, so I had to take the box out to come up with something else. This hole is actually to hold a camera which was pointing down my front porch towards my front door that I had to uninstall. Actually, this was some of the easiest ones. These ones that are on this channel, all I had to do was run the wire in the channel. But a lot of this required me climbing up in the attic and climbing up underneath the crawl space of my house. And that's for installation and uninstallation. And here is a hole for another camera facing the other direction towards my front door. Holes all over my house. Here's another hole. And the only reason I'm documenting every one of these camera mounts is just so that everybody knows that I actually did install this entire system, and I also had to uninstall the entire system because these people absolutely would not honor their warranty. Right, this is the northwest corner of my house where I had a camera mounted, and that's higher than I could reach. I had to set a ladder up to drill that hole. And I know it sounds like I'm just whining because I had to set up a ladder, but I have 3 ruptured discs. And from every time I take a step on a ladder, I'm taking a big risk. I can just cough and my back go out. And in fact, during this installation, my back went out twice. Once right in the middle of the installation, I had to take a day of just laying in the bed. And then when this was over, I ended up spending 2 days laying in bed. But that's a big deal for me. Now that hole right there, I had to get on a ladder with the legs of the ladder in the ditch next to my house, and this is about probably 15, 16 feet up off the ground, maybe more than that. Very, very dangerous and very difficult, and yet they actually made me pull my ladder back out, climb up, and take the camera down and send the whole system back in. They would not honor their warranty. Alright, there's another hole for another camera mount, and this is on the southeastern corner of my property. Once again, I had to use the ladder, and once again, this was very dangerous for me to be on a ladder with 3 ruptured discs. In fact, if it hadn't have been for a man killing my pets, there's no way in the world I would have ever gone through all this. And yet I had to go through it twice, because I had to install it and then I had to uninstall it because QC and Sam's Club refused to honor the warranty on the DVR. Okay, here's a hole where I drilled to install a camera on the southern screen porch of the house from QC Camera. This is September 1st, 2013, and I, Eric Ladnier, give my permission to Larry Wiest, as well as anyone in his employ, to use this video, including all clips included in this video and all electronic communications involved, as he sees fit in any and all legal action that he engages in against Sam's Club and QC, as well as any contractors, subcontractors, or other third-party entities that are involved with any of the transactions or communications between myself, Eric Ladnier, Martha Ladnier, Sam's Club, and QC pertaining to the item in question taking place from July 3rd to present. In particular, those interactions taking place between July 3rd and July 23rd. Item is identified as QC 8-channel full D1 security system with 1 terabyte hard drive, 8 600 TVL cameras, and 100-foot night vision.